Welcome to another dog vlog, and today's video is going to be super different. It's gonna be raw, uncut, and very limited in terms of editing because I just wanna show you real life how I'm teaching Wally to pick things up and then drop them into things like a bucket or a basket from really beginning stages so that we can learn together. And also, I want you to think of this as a really fun and easy and mentally stimulating brain game you can do in honor of Team No Dog Bowl, which I'll talk about this in a moment. So let's just jump in this video, right? Meow. And yes, because I know there'll be a ton of comments, I did just give Wally a haircut. I know it's not perfect, don't zoom in too closely. I'm not a groomer, but we haven't found a groomer that we love and feel really confident with yet, though I am on the search. So I just take them down short because it's really easy. So what I'm gonna do first off is find a toy that he is really excited about and have a variety of toys. I'm actually gonna pull from my recent bark box. I'll do a little unboxing in just a little bit in case you're curious of what this month's theme is. And I wanted this one because he's never seen these toys before. And the reason I want to start with a new toy when doing this activity is it will be more exciting and more interesting for them to put their mouth on. If you use something they're already used to, it may be harder to get them to want to hold onto it. Now, you could have a dog like my Finnegan, my golden doodle, who loves all balls, any balls, regardless. So if you have a dog like that, you could just use an existing one. So I'm going to use this one that came in the box. It's super cute. This is actually like a Thanksgiving theme. This one, home is where the treats are, which is definitely Wally because he is such a treat dog, food-focused dog. And you look at this, it's a brand new toy and he's really excited about putting his mouth on it. So normally I don't want my dogs to be doing this because I want them to know that if it's in my hand, you need to SIT without me asking, yes, if you wanna get it. And so in this situation, you see what I did there. I got a new toy out, and if your dog doesn't love toys, try different toys, right? Like that's why I get the Super Chewer and Bark Boxes because they send brand new toys in different sizes, textures, and shapes every single month. So it gives my dog a chance to explore different ones to maybe find one that he or she really likes. And so what I like to do is to kind of keep it enticing, to kind of keep it exciting so that they want to put their mouth on it. I just hold it close to my chest. Yes, and when they offer a behavior that I want, which is like an SIT or down, then I'll say, get it. Yes, good boy. Now we practiced this a tiny bit before, but in the beginning, you don't need to put any cue to it. Basically, all I've been working on with him, and this is really the first step, is getting him wanting to hold on to it. And one way you can do that is by playing a little bit of tug. And yes, you could start this with puppies even. In fact, I recommend it. We shouldn't have waited this long. Yes. Yes, go boy, yeah, go boy. And you do that over and over again where you see how he wants to get it. He knows he needs to wait for it. It's making his drive to have this in his mouth higher, which is what we want because we want them to eventually hold something in their mouth for a longer period of time and even carry it somewhere and then drop it on cue. Yes, go boy, yeah, there you go. Yes, go boy, now he's gonna go away. And then what I'm gonna do to get him excited to bring it to me is kind of run away. Or in this case, I'm scooching away. Okay, yeah. I'm not saying his name and I'm not asking him to come H-E-R-E. I'm just being really exciting. Yeah, ooh, I'm so exciting and so awkward. Ooh. Yes, good boy. And as soon as he got to me, I marked that with my marker cue, Y-E-S, because what I want him to do, and dogs that are natural at fetch with this will usually catch on pretty quickly. What I want him to do is when he gets it, I want him to keep it in his mouth and I want him to bring it to me. And that's kind of what that whole progress or that whole process looks like. But first step is just getting them to want to put the thing in their mouth and get rewarded for it. Now here's a pro tip. When I first tried this with Wally a little bit ago, I had treats with me. Well, that was a complete fail because he's so food motivated that once treats came out, he didn't want the toy anymore. So as you see, I don't have any treats out for him with this activity and we just continue it. Boy, get it. Yes, good boy. So now that he's so actively wanting to put his mouth on it, that's when I start to give the cue, which is in my case, get it, drop it, yes, get it, yes, good boy, yeah, drop it, yes, good boy. And then I start working on drop it. Now, all of these steps when you're just starting, you might want to give yourself a little bit more time, like maybe even a day or so of practice between each one. If you try to progress too quickly, you could be setting your dog up to fail, which, I mean, you wouldn't do that on purpose, but we want them to be engaged. We want them to feel successful. So I take each step as slow as my dog needs it in really short intervals. Like I'll be working with him for maybe 5 to 20 minutes at most, and then we take a break and end on a positive note. So the reason I like to teach the DROPIT cue is because then when he gets the concept of that, first, it's really helpful in the future if he has something I want him to drop, then I can ask him to. But also when I do bring the basket, which I'll bring in a moment, then I can actually ask him to drop it when he has the toy over the basket and then drop it in. The way that I do drop it is first off with get it, I put it next to him, I ask him for the get it. When he gets it, I kind of play a little bit with it and I give him the YES to show him that's what I want. Then for the drop it, watch how still and boring I am with the toy, so he's more encouraged to let go of it. Get it? Yes, good boy, yeah. So now he's getting exciting and fun and attention. Drop it. Yes, good boy. And as soon as he lets go of it, I mark it with my marker cue, YES. That's similar to clicker if you're doing clicker training. And I have videos linked below on how I use the marker cue because that is really helpful. But this is just a good way for him to learn the association of having it in my mouth and not having it in my mouth and understanding the difference. So it's less of an impulse and more of an intentional action. Get it? Yes, good boy, yeah! And you can play a little tug and give him a lot of praise and drop it. Yes, good boy. So it took him a second and that's okay. If they start grabbing at it again, I just kind of hold it, stay still, stay boring. Yes, good boy. And I'll give him a little reward with a little scratch on the chest for not grabbing it. And then we can start working on longer duration. And one way you can do that is when they hold it in their mouth, if they hold it for more than 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, start really slow. You mark with the marker word YES after the 2 or 3 second mark, and then you take it away and they get rewarded. If your dog is equally motivated by treats and toys, you could give a treat as a reward reinforcement. That doesn't work with Wally because he becomes completely disinterested in this when there's food involved. So we just use verbal marker cues and we've reinforced the YES enough to where he's starting to get it. Let's try to increase the duration a little bit, which is the part that we have not practiced. So right now he grabbed it out of my hand and I'm just staying still, not allowing him to have it and not interacting. There we go. So I'm gonna say, get it. Yes, good boy. Yes, good job. Yeah. And then we're gonna do it again. Get it. Yes. Yes, good boy. Drop it. Good job. Now, before I show you how we're gonna start teaching him to drop this in a bucket or a basket so he can put his toys away, I do wanna do a quick unboxing because every time I get my monthly Bark Box and Super Chewer, I'm always asked, please do an unboxing. We wanna see what the theme is. So of course this is linked below and I'm gonna show it because it's one of my favorite themes. It's a Thanksgiving theme. And yes, this is a monthly subscription box of unique themed toys for your pet. The theme changes every single month and they're custom to your dog's chewing ability and their size. So you already saw the first one and then just a couple more in here I want to show you. Oh my gosh. Okay, my sister would love this because she loves cooking. It's a cookbook and it's got crinkles. Oh, he likes this. And you can see inside what that looks like. And then there's a squeaker. Oh, yeah. So we're not gonna grab it out of my hand. We're just gonna try to stay calm. Unboxing Bark Boxes is one of my dog's favorite activities because it's new, it's novel, it's fun, it's exciting. Yes, and they are free shipping every single month. And look at this one. How stinking cute. So, what I love about this, oh, I'm showing you the bottom. What I love about this turkey is it's like a 2-in-1 toy. If they're even able to shred this apart, there's another little ball toy inside. Oh, you like the turkey best? Yes, good boy. Get it? Yes, drop it. Yes, good boy. Get it. Drop it. Yes. What I love about using different and variety of toys with this activity is it's really creating an association between my verbal cue, because a get it and a drop it with this turkey versus this cute pillow toy, completely different for a dog because they're very situational. So it's a good way to really challenge his mind. Get it? Yes. Drop it. Yes, good boy. I'm so proud. Now get it. There you go. We'll see which one he loves best. Really fun. And then Super Chewer is definitely for more of the Super Chewer dogs. And these are so stinking fun because they're also similar themed, the Thanksgiving theme. Probably you know what, I'm gonna save my favorite one for the last. So they have a turkey here, which again, it's similar to this one, except this one has a really durable, even more so durable kind of ball toy inside, which Wally's very excited about. And look at him hoarding all of his toys. Like, he loves this so much. And I wanted to show you one other thing. So this one actually, there we go, has 2 layers of play. So it actually is really, really durable, dishwasher safe when you are able to, when the dog is able to take the fabric off. And like, I don't even know if my dog's able to get the fabric off, but if you have Super Chewers, this is what I would recommend. Yes, good boy. Get it? Drop it? Yes. Get it? Drop it? Yes. Oh my God, so cute. Okay, and then the other one is so fun. You guys know exactly what this is. This is a wishbone. So I think this would be actually I should have started with this for the drop it and the get it. Although this is, might be a little bit harder because it's a nice BPA-free natural rubber that I don't know if he'll be able to hold it. Get it? Because he has a very gentle mouth. There we go. He's letting it go. Drop it. Yes, good job. So you see what I mean? Like, you get these new toys every month. You can practice all these different games. And this is easily my favorite because I get it. There's so many basic people out there that are like, oh, pumpkin spice is so overdone. I have been a fan of pumpkin pie, pumpkin flavored things since I was a child, well before it became the cool and in thing. For Thanksgiving, when I was a child, my family would get me my own pumpkin pie and I would just eat it for several days because I love it that much. So when I saw this pumpkin pie, chompkin pie, they call it in there, saw this and the fact that it's a treat dispensing toy, you can put treats in here and the dog has to get it out. I was like, this is genius. I'm obsessed. I almost don't want the dogs to play. So anyway, there's special links below for you on these that actually give you the most aggressive offer available to BarkBox and Super Chewer customers because you are that awesome. And big thanks to BarkBox and Super Chewer for sponsoring this to support our mission to save all the damn dogs. Now let's look at the basket and how are we going to get him to put things in this basket. So what I like to do is just have them next to the basket. Now the way that I conditioned them to like being near the basket and putting their head in the basket or bucket, whatever you're using, which Wally's covering up here, is to sit next to it on the floor. Yes, good boy. And every time they put their head into it, without you asking them to, give your marker cue white. Yes, good boy. Good job. You can also follow that up with a treat or some kind of play, or maybe they love being physically pet as a reward. And they'll kind of look at you like, what do you want? As soon as their head goes all the way down into it, then I give a reward and I'll just sit and wait, similar to the place cue. If your dog is really, really nervous with it, you can start with a more shallow option, so it's not so deep, something that's smaller. You could even start with putting some toys or treats in there. Yes, okay, now he's going in it. That's okay. I'm fine with that. If he wants to walk over and drop a toy in there with his paws, I'm totally fine with that. But you could toss some treats in there too, or some of their food if you're feeding during doing this during mealtime as a brain game to get them used to the behavior and the sensation of putting their head down in something. Okay. Oh. Yes, good boy. Yeah. So you see, I'm just kind of waiting for that. And I'll kind of move it around to make him more interested in coming to it and exploring it. Yes, good boy. We'll give that to him. He kind of put his head down. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. So that way he's starting to learn, okay, I come to the basket and drop my head down and ooh, something good happens. So it's starting to create that positive association between putting their head in and around the bucket. So let's try it with his toy. I'm trying to get a good angle so you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, bah, 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 bah. So you see him getting really riled up and really excited about it. Okay, get it, boy. Drop it. Yes. Good job. Now, my mistake was when we did this last night, I was practicing a little bit just to kind of work out any kinks that I could teach you, was I gave him a treat. Then he became completely disinterested, so I don't recommend that. So I get the toy out and we do it again. We just make it a game. Now in the very beginning, they're probably not gonna drop it right in like that, but because we practice these two behaviors separately so much, it was a natural reaction for him to pick up the toy. When the basket was out next to Rachel, I just need to put it in the basket. That's really, and I'd already worked on the drop it with him, so it was really clear. Ooh, ooh. Okay, get it. Drop it. Yes, good boy! Guys, yes, and you need to be this excited. Like, it makes a difference. Okay, start really close to it at first. Get it. Drop it. Yes, good boy! Oh. Yes, good job. Oh, now we picked it back up. That's okay, now we're going in. So in situations like this, he's just exploring, trying to offer different behaviors. We have been practicing putting his paws in baskets and boxes as mental stimulation and brain games. So that's what he's doing here. And I'm not gonna punish that. I'm just not gonna reward it. So we're gonna try again. Let's try one more time. I wanna end on a positive note here. So when you're just starting, you probably wanna start more like this. Get it? Right next, like right over the basket. And then when they drop it, do you have it? There you go. Drop it. Yes, good boy. That I count. He had it angled over the basket. It's good enough. Like, we're not looking to be perfect here. We're just trying to have fun and be consistent. So if you're just starting, you start really close to the basket. Let's start from the beginning and not grab it. Okay, get it. Drop it. Yes, good job. Yeah, buddy, yeah. So good. So again, that's how I really took all of those separate cues and separate activities and put them into one, and then you can have them pick it back up and take it out. You could eventually work on tossing it, and then eventually, hopefully he'll come over. Drop it. Yes, good boy. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, we had not worked on that yet, but this is why working in small sections, working on separate behaviors and layering them is so valuable, because they're smart creatures and they can obviously put two and two together. That was incredible. I'm gonna end on that positive note, or I would recommend that in your situation. And when you do the activity of tossing it and then they bring it back in, eventually you can start putting the cue to that. Get your toy, get your sock or whatever you wanna call it, and then put it in the basket. So you can eventually start putting it on here. And I'm gonna continue working on this with him. Oh, the ice machine just scared us. I'm gonna continue practicing this, and I'll make more videos. If you want, comment below so that we can kind of see the progression together. Now, I do want to also announce that my new merch is live. So as you can see here, this is the shirt titled Team No Dog Bowl, and I thought it was really appropriate for this video because this is a really cool brain game to do with your dog during mealtime if they aren't as motivated by food as maybe Wally is, and it's just a friendly reminder that working with our dog on basic cues and games every day for at least 10-15 minutes or so can really add a ton of enrichment and excitement and joy and fun to their day, because dogs love to work, and that's what this shirt represents. So it has all the brain games that we talk about on my channel. So I'll have that all linked down below, and of course I'll have BarkBox and Super Chewer and your special offer, which if you want to get a gift for somebody, highly recommend to get them BarkBox subscription or Super Chewer, because again, it's custom to their dog, and it's honestly, it's one of those gifts that, one, it's obviously great for your dog to explore new and different toys. That's great. But it's a reminder each and every month to spend some time with your dog doing mental stimulation games. What we do every single month this comes is we'll take some of his food or treats and we'll put them at the bottom of the box like I've done here, and I'll put the toys that came with the box inside on top of the treats, and then we'll set it down and it'll be almost like a busy box for him to go and explore. So it's just a monthly way for us to interact together, for him to explore something new. Can you see that? He's going crazy. He's going crazy. Oh, he got the pumpkin pie. That's my favorite. That's so cool. So again, it's all linked down below. And now let's talk a little bit more about the place cue and how we use this to help when you have family coming over, company coming over. Click the video right here and we'll jump over and talk about that together. Or if you want to learn more about leash skills and more tips on that, click the video right here. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.